Audio check, audio check. just the right center for this semifinal game. Football City Girls Club 2025 tournament featuring your Pittsburgh Steel City Select in the blast. I think they chose to wear the blast. They're the home team. They chose the blast this morning. The new Rome Grizzlies in the gray with black trim. We'll do 3:15-minute push. We'd like to move on to the medal game here this morning in Rochester. It's cold and rainy up here this morning. It's going to snow later, so we need to get the hockey caravan on the road back to the building away from the lake before it starts, because those of you that know anything about geography up in this part of the country, this is the time of year when the lake is way too warm and the air is way too cold. So it comes down quick. So that's going to start tonight. We need to get out of here before that happens. Hopefully we'll take on the medal. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got semi-final action first this morning. This is Q3, the new seat here. You remember this one from a couple of weeks ago when they were up here. They played the Edge in the Junior Americans here after a weekend. So we just did reception, just start lines here. Rig equipment update. Michael ran the blade through the spark last night. Just got an engine back. So hopefully it's going to get still missing a rivet. Can't seem to find anybody to put that rivet back in that holder. So she's got a log net, but they're going to play through it. Dan will fix it when we get home. Other than that, the team's ready to go. Everybody's healthy, no other equipment issues. And we will get this game underway. A minute 11 on a warm-up clock. We will get this thing going. We'll be back for touchdown. All right, hey, break the huddle. Head over for final consultation with Tinder and Ted. We'll get this game underway. Looks like we got two veteran strikes. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of last night. This kid puts a little more strain than the guy we had last night in this one. We are going to get him on the way. I don't know if Michelle is still out there, but it sounds like the Caesar family had a clean sweep yesterday. Jacob won in Columbus. Will won, I think they were home in Pittsburgh, and Will got a goal, so that's always awesome. And of course, the Select took two last night, or yesterday as well. So, clean sweep for the Caesar. We're going to get underway here with Turner. Marcus Franca and Pulaski with Marshall and Desai in the backyard. Yamakowski, long skate to my left, with the setup Kanaki for the medal game if we get that far. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. 3:15-minute period, strike second at the timekeepers, checking to make sure the puck's going to drop straight. And there we go. Turner puts it over, Pulaski can't pick it up, back to the Well, I mean, behind Joe McCaskey, Marshall's going to pick it up there, commit the throw up. Marshall loses it in spit, and then the Grizzlies tip it deeper. The Fly's going to pick it up there, first from the line to the far wall. Matt Pinker gets at it. Stuff on the wall, they're going to battle. The Fly comes over the house, and the Grizzlies are going to come lower. Instead of going to shot up twice, she drops that history, comes up the far wall. Gotta admit, I'm a little under the weather today, but you feel the silence is coming, so apologies for that. As the Grizzlies throw it deeper into the corner front. Trying to skip to the line for Marshall. And they beat Jamakowski there. I was watching the game, and they got in on Jamakowski. They took it away and beat Jamakowski on the right side. Right side, mid right side, mid right side. They were changing. I was looking to see who was coming on, and I didn't see it. And 50 seconds in, they're down 1-0. So now they got both like Stevens and Farnell here with Vivi and Peter. As the Grizzlies go up early, and this is the first time they're going to play from behind. Grizzlies player lost the net guy over there. They're going to get that repaired and get it on again. It's fine. Going to step into this guy. Barside's going to drop. Right? He's telling me something. I don't think he likes Barside jumping. Not illegal. There's Barside trying to jump it. They can't get it up to her. And now they're going to push it up to the blue line. And now it's going to stop. Grizzlies stop it the other way. To Vivi back to Caesar. Caesar up to the Wood. The Wood tips it. Here comes the Wood up the near wall. Wood going to throw it in front. Goal for the rebound. Klein couldn't knock the rebound in. It was back there. Wood taking pressure in front of the net. Marshall's over to the far wall where the backside tips it deeper to the Wood. Wood loses it there. The two pushes the player down with an elbow. No call. Strikes on this side, or that might have been one. Down the backside, up the wall. Caesar back to the Wood. Wood knocks it into the corner, loses it there. Goes in behind the net. Barside got it. Out to the point. They throw deeper to the Barside. Now comes up the wall. Pass. Visible. And Caesar will retreat. Pick it up there. Caesar spinning. Looking up. Turns it right over to a Grizzly. And that's going to be offside. Just fine. And the Grizzlies have some incidental contact. And here comes Flaherty with 4.99 in that one. I'm going to go to the far circle in front of the select bench for this job. Julian Bell in the backyard. Then Pardo, I don't know if you're out there, but I heard the recovery continues to go well, so congratulations on that foul up the wall. 2 passes minor. Here comes Flaherty. Flaherty at the far wall. That one passing the net. Flaherty around. Can't get the shot off. The shooter found a way in too deep, and one of the players just open the foot back there. As Flaherty still skating with it. Loses it in the circle, and now the Grizzlies throw it up to the point where Bell's going to throw it around the backside. It's going to come out under the near wall. The Grizzlies are going to pick it up, tip it off top. Shooter drops to Flaherty. Flaherty tips it up the wall, right to a Grizzly on the near point. Where they come down with it. They throw it in front, picked up by Bell. Bell brings it up the near wall. Bell tipping it around and gets shouldered off the puck. At the foot, knocks it out. First time in the owners can't get there as she tips it. The Grizzlies come back the other way. That one won't come in. Some of these girls need to get their skirts straight, and I'm not saying that's up in the book, but certainly when it's looking at it, there's missing edges. This one comes back out. Grizzlies top of the zone. Now it's going to get a stick on it. Now they throw it deeper. And the Grizzlies have a jumper. I can tell you that for sure. 12:08, they battle into the corner. Flaherty comes out of the way. Flaherty up the far wall. Still skating. And it's Terrence blocking his view here as they throw it into the near corner. And it's going to come out to Yanni. Yanni on the far wall. They battle it lower, and the Grizzlies pick it up. Cut off by Pulaski. Pulaski out here with Yanni and Taylor, and now the Grizzlies are going to pick it up from the wall. Just go on this side in the backyard. Nice to slice on it. They take it deeper in behind Jamakowski. Side gets heavy pressure back there. Pulaski gets knocked down, and they're going to get a penalty on the Grizzlies. So Jamakowski needs to skate off. Just go it, Abel. And here comes the puck off, and that's going to be an icing, and that'll be the penalty. Nobody's in the. I got a problem. I don't know.
I'm gonna pull out the headset and just talk to the iPad, see if that's gonna work. I got the QA phone working. We'll see if it's gonna come back. I don't know. Beating and banging in front of the net. We're on the power play. I'm just gonna talk to the iPad. I'm not sure what's going on with the audio. Loose in front of the net. Pull out the headset and just talk to the iPad. It's back. That's gonna work. I got the QA phone working. We'll see if it's gonna come back. I don't know. All right, we're just going to talk to the iPad. I don't know what's going on with the headset. We'll deal with that at the period break. 10:50. We're on the power play. We've got 57 seconds to go in the power play. Comes out to the point. Klein can't hold it. Pilarski back to Marshall. Marshall going to send it across for Claherty. Claherty's going to pick it up there. Technical difficulties this morning. They're beating and banging down the wall. Pilarski's going to pick it up there. In behind the net. Up the wall to Klein. Marshall at the far point. Marshall throws it down the wall. Can't get it, and it does get back to Kinger. Kinger takes a hit. They're battling back there now. Pilarski battles. Kinger out front, tries to hit Klein. Puts it there. Klein with a shot right in front. Loose in the rebound. Pilarski beating, banging, whacking. Cannot knock it in 17 seconds to go in the penalty to the Grizzlies. I didn't get the power play up because of the jacked up audio. My apologies. We'll deal with that at the period break. I'm just going to talk to the iPad for now, and we'll figure it out later. The headset was lit up. It just wasn't bringing it through. I'm not sure. More technical difficulties. As always, this is worth what you pay for it. Bar fight out here now with Yenny and can't see who the third one is. Taylor. As this one comes all the way down, back the other way. Zivkovic's going to pick it up behind Jamelkowski. Jamelkowski up the wall to Yenny. Yenny stops, turns, spins, throws it far up for Taylor. Taylor coming up the far wall, has Barfight break into the net, but threw it about 30 feet behind her, and it comes to the near wall. Yenny picks it up at the point, puck up high, back to neutral. Zivkovic chips at it, but two Grizzlies get behind her and put it over. Kiesel knocked that down. They whack at it, and here comes Yenny. Yenny up to Taylor. Taylor through neutral. Three Grizzlies back. She trips it around one. Grizzlies pick it up there, send it across. This one comes across to Zivkovic. She has to wait for the zone to clear, which it does. Now she's going to backhand it into the near corner, where the Grizzlies are going to pick it up in that corner and send it up the wall. Grizzly player falls down. Might have been helped by the bar fight. No call. Kiesel throws it in behind. Doesn't get all the way down, and the Grizzlies send it out. Zivkovic has to wait for the zone to clear again. She's good. Throws it into the corner. 9:02. Around the backside. The two Grizzlies collided back there. Yenny leveled another one. And now comes up the near wall. Klein steps in. Klein levels a girl. The hits are getting rougher. Klein skates in. Klein shoots. Klein! Low right corner. And it's 1-1. 8:48 to go. Klein ties it up at 1. And we're going to reset here. We got to try to get this headset cord out of the way so I don't step on it and make it worse. And Mrazek's going to step in here with Klein and looks like, I can't tell, Detling. Mrazek, Klein, and Detling out here with Schuler and Dahl in the backyard. And this one comes back to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies chip it back to Schuler. Schuler across to Klein. Klein chips it forward, loses it at neutral. Grizzlies back the other way up the near wall. Grizzlies poke it ahead. Klein's going to stop, turn, send it up the wall, out. And they're going to have to wait for the zone to clear as they regroup. Klein pursuing. They send it across. That was Dahl stepped in front, knocked it out of the way. Now Mrazek battling this player down the wall. Into the corner, Dahl steps in. Klein's there. They bang it up the wall. Niner chases out. It gets by. Low to Klein. They have it in a low circle. They bring it around behind Jamelkowski. Skating behind. Hit the Uno reverse card. Out front. And they beat Jamelkowski low right out front. And they had Ava was over to her right, and they beat her to her left. And the side-to-side movement, that's how you beat her. You get her going the wrong way, and teams sometimes figure that out early, and that's not good. So we're now down 2-1 on a goal in front by the Grizzlies. They get it back quick. And we're going to come back to neutral here. Claherty's going to go off. We got Kinger, Pilarski, Makasenka with Marshall Desai in the backyard. 8:08. They draw the face-off back. Makasenka picks it up, takes it down the far wall, chips it into the far corner, around back to the near side. Kinger picks it up there, sends it around to Makasenka. Out front to Pilarski. Pilarski loses it to a Grizzly. They chip it up the near wall. Kinger gets there, tries to send it back low to Makasenka. She bumbles with it, picks it up, tries to send it across the front. Can't, loses the puck in the corner. Around the back, Pilarski steps in, battling, hitting. Grizzlies pick it up there behind the net, send it around to the far corner, chip it up the wall, and Desai's going to hold it, at least momentarily. Now the Grizzlies send it across to the near side, and here they come, up the near wall. They're going to send it across. They knock it in. Desai in the defensive posture there. They both fall down. Puck to the end wall. Sticks raised. It hits Jamalkowski. Ends up in front of the net, and King picks it up. King looking up ahead. Can't hit Makasenka. She's going to skate it. You got the Grizzlies player fell down, but King lost an edge. Now she hits Makasenka. Makasenka loses it at the blue line, and they flip it back out to neutral to Desai. Desai picks it up there. She sends it across to King off her skate. Pilarski picks it up. Pilarski coming up the far wall. There she comes with a burst of speed up the far wall. Pilarski down into the corner, dancing around, trying to break through the contact. She gets separated from the puck there, comes into the near corner. The Riggs on the ice. Riggs steps in front of it, can't stop it. Pilarski covers it up. She's going to skate down the near wall, loses it at the point, sends it in, and they tag up, and they're good. Bar fight, whack it at it, can't stop it. They stop, they turn, they throw it in to Desai. Desai picks it up in the far corner, 6:40 to go, sends it up the wall to the Rig. Rig spins, throws it back to neutral, and the Grizzlies pick it up there, bar fight chasing. They send it out here, and now they send it in deeper. Marshall hits that player, stops it. Clardy's out here now with the Rig and Diamond, and they send it up the far wall. Now low to the Grizzlies. Desai battling there. Here comes Clardy up the near wall. Clardy with the Rig to her left. Clardy dinky dunks it off the wall. Here she comes. She's still coming. Loses it in the corner. Tries to regain it. Well, they both overskate. Rig can't get a stick on it in front. It's loose. Zivkovic cheats up. Kiesel had no choice but to retreat as they were struggling to get back, and they check the offsides and we're good. Now they pick it up. The Grizzlies do on the far wall. Bring it back through neutral. They chip it up, and that's cut off by Zivkovic. Zivkovic's going to come up the near wall. She's probably going to dump it here, I would imagine, as it's probably time for a change. No, it gets in behind the net. Rig going to go provide some pressure. Rig knocks that down, and Detling picks it up. Rig lost her lumber. Player knocked the stick out of the way. Rig got an interference penalty for that the other night, but this time they decide not to call it. Here come the Grizzlies up the wall. They send it through neutral. The Grizzlies knock it in, and they're going to head for a change. We're not going to hurry. Kiesel stops and spins. Here she comes up the ice. She throws it, tried to throw it to Niner, couldn't get it through, but here comes Detling. Detling up the near wall into the corner, throws it behind the Grizzlies goaltender. Niner battling hard to get back there. Grizzlies beat her to the near corner. This Grizzlies team is fast. Detling knocks it down as a Grizzlies player fell. Klein can't hold. Kiesel steps in, knocks the puck down, and falls down in the process. The puck goes all the way down. Dull. Kiesel and Dull reunited in the backyard. Up the wall for the Niner. Niner handles it, but the Grizzlies take it away from her, and now Kiesel chips it away. Grizzlies high slot as Detling dives. Shot from there, knocked down by Kiesel. Here she comes. Kiesel flips it up and out. Grizzlies are going to pick this up back in their backyard, and they're going to bring it up the near wall. Past everybody, that'll go all the way down. They wave it off on a tip. Dull. Behind Jamalkowski, 4:30 to go. Up the far wall. Dull. Beating and banging. Klein. They send it up the wall. They send it up to Yenny. Yenny couldn't handle the pass. Back to a Grizzly here at neutral. 4:18 to go. They send it up the wall, the Grizzlies do. Schuler steps in, can't stop it. Taylor to Klein. Klein over to Yenny. Yenny back to Taylor. Taylor coming up the near wall. Taylor with 3 Grizzlies to beat. She throws it in. Goaltender pushes that to the far corner. Yenny there. Yenny up to the point. Dull can't hold it. Dull stops, turns. Heavy pressure. They're whacking at her. She's going to turn and go the other way, get it onto the forehand. Dull sends it up, but not out. They still can't clear it. Taylor will pick it up. Taylor hits. No, she sends it back. Now they come up to Pilarski. Pilarski up the near wall. Stops, turns, surveys. Pilarski throws it in front. Didn't get all the way through. Yenny and Taylor were there. Yenny pushes that player to the wall. They cannot pick up the puck. Grizzlies will. Flip it by Taylor. It goes around to the far corner. They step up, and now Marshall can't hold it. Desai overskated it. It comes back to neutral. Taylor chips it into the zone. Now the Grizzlies pick it up top of the backyard, send it back to neutral. Yenny overskates, and here come the Grizzlies. Grizzlies gain the red line, throw it in. Some of them head for a change. Marshall's going to skate around the backside of Jamalkowski. Throw it around the back door to Desai. Desai up to Taylor, and it's too far, and that will be an icing. And we finally get a break with 3:08 to go, first period. I know the audio's not ideal. We'll do a test at the period break, see if we can get the headset working again, but I'm hesitant to play with it because I don't want it to short dump on me when I plug it back in. It wasn't working right. We'll try it, though. If it does, we're going to have to scramble to a new link quickly. So watch your team snap if we lose it. This app's been a little finicky lately. I was talking to my boys in Sweden, and they're having some trouble with it. Grizzlies across. They're good. They tag up on the offsides. Coming down the far wall. They get it in on Jamelkowski. She pokes it behind for Claherty. Claherty loses the puck in the corner as the Grizzlies player falls down. They have it on the near wall. They send it off the side. They still have it on the far wall. They chip it in. Loose in front. They're whacking at it. Marshall's taking pressure. Here comes Claherty. Claherty with Makasenka and Kinger. Claherty up the near wall. Has King dropped at the point. Claherty loses the puck in the corner. We're getting a penalty on the Grizzlies here. And we're going to get a stoppage here. And with 2:34, we're going to get a penalty on the Grizzlies. And that's going to put your selects on the Akupa Hand Warmers power play. I don't have them out this morning. It's not too bad in this rink. But they still are our power play sponsor. Looks like the Rig's coming out on the power play here with Pilarski, Marshall, Klein, and Kinger. So the Rig's going to get a chance to play power play here. Out to Klein. Klein at the point. Klein skating in. Klein shoots, misses everything high to the far side. Pilarski picks it up there. Rig's going to have to go in front of the net. She's going to be doing the beating and the banging, and she's already taken pressure. Klein, Rig getting pushed. Going in with a shot, doesn't get through. Marshall picks it up there, setting up. She's going to come over to the near point. She's got Klein open. She's looking. Marshall's going to shoot. It got tipped. It's loose in front. They're beating, they're banging, they're whacking. Rig taking pressure, and they cannot knock it in. 2:07. Minute 3 in the penalty. I'm off a second. Rig's banging in front of the net. Missing that lug nut. She's banging anyway. Over here to the near corner. Tina's telling me that Sport Cam did her dirty last night. They're having some stability issues. I was emailing with them. I don't know what their issue is, but they're working on it. This one comes into the near, out to the near point. Marshall across the Klein. Klein fans on the one-timer. Rig picks it up behind the net. Rig has Pilarski there, leaves it for Klein. They got the Rig out at the point. She rarely gets out there. Now she's going to cycle back down. Down to Kinger. They're battling in the corner. Marshall can't hold it. They send it back. Klein's going to have to chase this down. Klein needs to hurry. Is this girl's going to get there before? No. Klein stops, turns, surveys. Klein's going to start skating. Here she comes up the far wall. Klein around the Rig. Klein still skating. Klein still skating. Klein comes in. Now behind the net. Rig at the point. She needs to throw it out there. No. Klein drops it to Kinger. Kinger skates in with it. Gets pulled down. No penalty. Rig stops that one, and then they send it all the way back down. And with 14 seconds to go, that's going to kill the penalty. As Klein heads to the bench. They flip it up here, and the Grizzlies are going to cut that off with 6 seconds to go in the penalty. They throw it deep, and that'll do it. Penalty over. Power play does not convert again. We have struggled on this power play this weekend. Marshall up the far wall, still skating, loses the puck. Rig picks it up. Rig's going to gain the red line, and I suspect dump it. No, she sends it across to Kinger, and she heads for a change. We are offsides. They tag up, we're good. Pilarski can't stop it. Claherty kicks it. Claherty up the far wall, gets around one. Claherty skates, shoots, gets blocked as Zivy and Mrazek jump on the ice. Kiesel and Zivy in the backyard. Mrazek up front with Claherty and Kinger. Kinger heads to the bench. I'll let Detling jump out. Kiesel sends it up all the way up to Mrazek, who leaves it for Claherty. Claherty tries the toe drag, loses it. Here comes Mrazek. Mrazek near point, out to Kiesel, high point. Throws it in front. It got tipped by Claherty into the corner. This one comes up the near wall. And the Grizzlies are going to pick it up there. Grizzlies send it across over to the far wall. They send it in behind Jamelkowski. 6 seconds to go. This one comes up the near wall. Claherty 2-1, and that's going to be period number 1. We played 1. It's 2-1 Grizzlies, and now I'm going to try to plug this headset back in and do another audio check. So bear with me. Okay, I don't know what's going on. The headset is not working. Headset is not working. It must be the cable. I'm gonna have to go into the wicket bag and find another cable. I have them in there. I'm gonna have to go find one at the next period break. We're gonna have to do this one old school. Not sure. But it's back, and you're gonna have to do it this way until I get to the period break and could get into the wicket supply bag and find another USB cable. That won't be till the period break, so you're gonna have to deal with the rink noise. I know it's not our usual quality standard, but at least you can hear me. Dahl and Schuler in the backyard. Here comes Kinger, Pilarski, and Makasenka for period number 2. Down 2-1 in this semifinal to the Grizzlies. Looks like we're not trying the jump at face-off play. Makasenka's hiding back here, though. We'll see if Pilarski can push it out to her. It's going to be the backhand. That's a hard push. They push it over to King. Here comes Kinger. Kinger up the far wall. Kinger tries to put it out front. Makasenka's there, but the goalie knocks that out of the way. Up the near wall. Grizzlies send it across. Schuler should be able to get there and send it back the other way. No, she retreats. Schuler stops, turns, spins. Cannot chip it out past the Grizzly at the point. Grizzlies shot from the point. Jamelkowski knocks that down. Didn't glove it, though. Rebound control might be an issue here this morning. Around the backside, Schuler. Schuler back dangerously through the zone past Makasenka, and it's going to go all the way down. No icing as the Grizzlies pick it up. Grizzlies send it back to neutral. As they poke it in, they called offsides, and we tagged up, but it created enough confusion that they got the puck back the other way the Grizzlies do. Now behind Jamelkowski to Dahl. Dahl has Makasenka breaking, but can't get it up there. She was taking pressure. Now the Grizzlies hold. Half wall. They battle. Makasenka comes in to push and beat. Makasenka comes out of there with the puck, and another Grizzly shows up. Grizzlies have it. They send it across the mouth of the zone. They hold it on the far point. Chip it in behind Jamelkowski. Pilarski picks it up there. Pilarski stops, turns. Here she comes up the center. Pilarski ahead to Makasenka. Can't handle the pass, and the Grizzlies come back the other way. Grizzly fell down. They wanted a penalty on Makasenka, and they're going to get it. Makasenka's going to go sit for a trip. With 13:43 to go, we're going to go on the kill. Makasenka for tripping. 1:30. So we'll come down here. Here comes the bar fight with Mrazek, Marshall, and Desai to kill this penalty. Bar fight going to step in and take this draw. We're falling apart technically here. The iPad might need a reboot, which I cannot do during the game. So we might be stuck with this audio. Shot from the point. Drifts all the way to the end wall. Grizzlies pick it up behind. They chip it ahead. Now it's loose in the center. Niner chips at it and knocks it out barely through a good hustle effort. She's still whacking, and here come the Grizzlies back the other way. Marshall picks this up and needs to flip it. Marshall does, and it's going to go all the way down, and the goalie's going to have to move that to the side as the Grizzlies pick it up behind the net. Up the near wall, Niner still applying pressure. Over to the far wall, Diamond. They send it up the neutral, where Desai whacks at it. Barfight sends it back the other way, and the Grizzlies pick it up and come back in down the far wall. Grizzlies, Mrazek with pressure. Marshall picks it up, whacks it to the point, but not out. Barfight's going to knock it out. Barfight's still chasing it. Here comes the Barfight up the near wall. She battles that puck to the end line. I love the heart of that Barfight kid. Here comes up the far wall now Grizzlies. Grizzlies whack at Marshall. Marshall's going to flip it back into the corner with 30 seconds to go in the kill. Around the backside. Behind the goaltender. Kinger's going to settle it down and throw it into the near corner. They're going to pick it up there, and here come the Grizzlies up the wall with 19 to go in the penalty. Pilarski battles. They both fall down. Another Grizzly joins. Playing a game of whack over here. Now here come the Grizzlies up the near wall. Desai back shot. Desai knocked that down with a glove. Problem is that's the inside of the finger, so that one probably stung a little bit. Desai up the wall. Can't knock it clear at the point. Grizzlies in the far circle. Shot. Missed everything to the near side. Kinger picks it up there, sends it up and out. Penalty over. Around the backside now, and they battle here. Taylor knocks it in deeper. They send it down into the corner. Taylor's going to get there. Taylor around the backside, still skating with it, loses it to a Grizzly, pokes it to the wall. Kinger tried to put it up to the point to Zivy. Zivy steps up. They skate around her. Here they come up the near wall. Kiesel back. They throw it in behind Jamelkowski. Grizzlies going to pick it up in the far corner there. Kiesel applying pressure. Pilarski pokes it up the wall to Taylor. Taylor skating. Taylor across. Taylor across the red line, still skating. Taylor loses it. Kinger throws it in. They're offsides. They tag up. They're good. I don't know why he still had his arm up. They tagged up and we're good. Klein pursuing. Here they come through neutral. Up the near wall. Klein and Yenny out here with Taylor. Taylor's been out here a while. In front, Taylor chops that away. It's still loose in front. Jamilkowski gets some equipment on it, dives, and finally we get a whistle with 11:07 to go, second period. So we're going to go for a draw. Let's see which way he's going to go. He's going to go to the far circle for this draw. And we're going to get this game going again, 11:07, 2-1 Grizzlies. A lot of time left on this clock. We're going to see what kind of heart this team has. They haven't played from behind all weekend. Zivkovic going to pick it up behind Jamilkowski, come up the near wall. She chips it, but the Grizzlies knock it back into the circle. Now it goes to the wall. They're going to shoot from there, knocked down by Klein. Klein battling, that shot stunned her a little bit. Continue to battle in that corner. Now they're going to chip it out. Here comes Klein. Klein up the near wall. She's still a little slow from that shot. Klein's still rehabbing that knee, so we'll see. I keep an eye on that. This one goes across to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies up the far wall. Kiesel. Kiesel's going to stop, turn, flip it ahead to Taylor. Taylor's been out here forever. Taylor sending it up the near wall. Taylor puts it in the center, but there's a Grizzly there. They send it around to the far corner. Grizzlies up the far wall. Send it Kiesel. Kiesel chips it deeper. Yenny's going to whack it deeper. We need Pilarski to go chase this down. Pilarski now out here with Makasenka and Yenny. Yenny needs to get off. They chip it by Dolan out, and here comes Makasenka back to pick it up. Makasenka dips it across to Pilarski. Pilarski chips it up. Yenny stays. Now she jumps off, and here comes Kinger. They send it into the corner. Makasenka pursuing. Up the wall. They send it into the center. Kinger dances around. King! Mid-right side, and it's 2-2. Kinger picks it up in the high slot, takes it in, and goes mid-right side. And it's 2-2 on the tying goal from Izzy King. 9:57 to go. We got ourselves a game, kids. Without the headset, I've got to mute out the music in between the goals and things here. YouTube's going to have a shit fit. So Pilarski going to step in and take this draw. They send it across to Kinger. Kinger tries to jump it. It's loose in the zone. Pilarski pokes it lower. King picks it up again. King flips it in. Goaltender gloves it. But you can feel the mighty Mo changing a little bit here. Let's see if we can keep up the pressure. As Pilarski's going to step in and take this draw. She does. It comes out to the point. Schuler can't hold. Oh, she does hold it. Schuler whacks it deeper, but only momentarily. Kinger holds it. Here comes Makasenka. Makasenka skates in with it. Makasenka golfs it. It got tipped. It's loose in front. Grizzlies are going to pick it up. Grizzlies back the other way. Here they come back through neutral. Schuler back. They're going to chip it around her in behind Jamilkowski. Comes off the back of the net. Dahl should pick it up. Dahl picks it up there, chips it up to Makasenka. Makasenka knocks it out. It goes all the way down. They wave off the icing on a tip. Grizzlies going to pick it up behind their goaltender. Kinger applying pressure up the wall. Claherty on. Claherty chips it to King. Claherty can't bring it through, and the Grizzlies chip it back. Dahl picks it up there. Dahl flips it ahead. King sends it in. They send it back out. Dahl back and cannot get it to Schuler, and Claherty's going to have to go chase this down in the corner. Claherty dinky dunks it up the wall, but can't hold it. Now Dahl's going to take it back the other way. Dahl loses it in the corner, banks it up the wall. Riggs there. They poke it up ahead to the bar fight. Here comes the bar fight. Bar fight up the near wall, pushes it into the corner. She gets pushed. She's going to go battle behind. Claherty back there now. Claherty. They send it up the wall. They can't hold it as they step up the side, tries to hold it, can't. They get behind the side. Riggs stands that player up, and there comes Claherty. Claherty up the far wall, gets around one, 3 more to beat. Claherty drags through the center. Claherty on the backhand. Goaltender gloves it. 8:25 to go. Second period. We're going to go to the near circle for this draw and see if we're going to change players or not. We're not. We're going to keep the Cy Marshall, Rigg, Barfight, and Claherty out here. And we're going to go for another one. Claherty going to take this draw. Claherty puts it into the corner. Rigg going to go battle. Grizzlies pick it up there. They send it around. Barfight battling. Now they throw it around to the far corner. Claherty over there. Claherty backhands it up the wall. Bar fight dove, trying to hold it, couldn't. Marshall picks it up, heavy pressure, throws it back to neutral where the Grizzlies pick it up. Clarity chips it to the wall. Grizzlies were offsides there, they didn't call it. They send it across to Bar fight. Bar fight's covered in snow after that dive. She tries to send it across to Clarity, couldn't get it there. And now the Grizzlies will pick it up behind and they chip it up the wall. Riggs steps in, Desai banks it lower to Clarity. It goes all the way around, she couldn't get a stick on it. Bar fight steps over and holds it, at least momentarily, now out to the point to Marshall. Marshall banks it off the wall, and Desai cheats up. Desai skates in and almost tumbles the Rig. Rig held her skates, and now Desai's covered in snow. So we got 2 of the 5 on that line covered in snow as Klein comes out with Mrazek and Detling. We've got Zivkovic and Kiesel in the backyard as there's a bunch of people coming in, so when they sit down, you'll get your view back. Directing the Niner out of the way, and Klein puts it over to the Niner, out to Zivkovic. Zivkovic throws it low along the ice, it got tipped, ends up in the corner behind the net, over to the far side. They chip it up Detling. Detling holds it, at least momentarily. Niner comes in, and here come the Grizzlies back the other way. Grizzlies up through neutral. They get it around Zivkovic. Jamalkowski's going to knock that to the far corner. Kiesel hits the reverse and comes to the near corner. Back around the backside to Klein. Klein looks up, hits the reverse, comes to the near side. Now she banks it hard off the wall, up to Niner. Niner tried to chip it across, couldn't. And we're going to get a hand pass on the Grizzlies. So we'll see, they're going to bring it to neutral. The Starbucks is gone, the protein's gone. So we're out of fluids. It's going to be that kind of morning. Headset's not working. I'm out of coffee. I'm out of protein. Stripes drops the puck. Grizzlies retreat back. Niner with the pressure. Klein gets a stick in there, and that's going to be offsides as Niner was in the zone. And we're going to do it again right here on this dot in front of us near the Junior Americans logo. Klein going to step in with Mrazek, and we got Detling hiding on the wall over there. Kiesel. Tyndall likes these hiding plays. Niner getting directed. She's not in the right spot here. Now comes over to Niner. Niner battles through the contact that comes across. Kiesel's going to retreat and pick it up there. Kiesel. Cross ice pass to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up to Mrazek. Mrazek knocks it up the wall. Klein's got to go chase it. Klein pressure. Klein battling up the wall. Zivkovic can't hold it. Now she does hold it. Now they're going to knock it out. Back to neutral to Detling. Detling bumbling with it, but she gets it up the wall, but can't get it into the zone. And here come the Grizzlies back the other way. Jamalkowski's going to leave this one behind the end line for Kiesel. Grizzlies with a wholesale change. Kiesel skates it out. Kiesel up the near wall, reverses into the center. Now Kiesel up the near wall. Kiesel still skating. Kiesel still skating with it. Puts it in front, nobody there. As Pilarski overskated, Kiesel throws it deep into the far corner. Heads to the bench. I see Schuler, I see Yenny. Yenny skates up, holds it. Yenny throws it around the backside, nobody there. Pilarski needs to get deep. Taylor over here, they chip it by her. Dahl picks it up, sends it back to Schuler. Schuler loses it, sends it to Pilarski. It's in her feet, she can't deal with it. Schuler again sends it up the wall, this time to Yenny. Yenny picks it up there, leaves it for Pilarski. Here comes Pilarski with Taylor to her left. Pilarski skating, puts it over to Taylor. Taylor on the backhand, give and go back to Pilarski. And it's 3-2, Steel City. Beautiful give and go. Pilarski to Taylor, Taylor back to Pilarski. Goalie said, oh shit, the back door's open. Pilarski said, thank you very much, and it's 3-2. We got a game, kids. We don't have audio, but we have a game. Clarity, Makasenka, and King are out here as it comes back to Dahl. Dahl pokes it ahead. Makasenka whacks it up the wall. Grizzlies pick it up there. Clarity tries to chip it through, can't follow it. Now King back to Clarity on the blue line. Clarity down the far wall, drops it to King. King skates in. King hits the crossbar and it comes over to the near corner. Dahl retreats. Dahl picks it up, sends it lower. Around back to Clarity. She can't get a stick on it. King should get there. She does. King gets leveled, no call. Grizzlies send it up the wall. Schuler knocks that down, sends it in deeper. Grizzlies in the far corner. Send it up the wall, Schuler. Schuler chips it low to Kinger. Can't get a stick on it. Clardy bodies a player. King comes out of there with it. King out low, weakly to the point to Dahl. Dahl down to King. Can't get it there. Clardy's got to go to work. Clardy shoulders a player off the puck, but the Grizzlies are going to pick it up with 4:40 to go. Makasenka comes out of there with it. Schuler can't hold the point, and now Dahl is going to pick it up and retreat. Dahl across the top of the defensive zone. Dahl skating with it. Dahl still skating with it. Dahl down to the end line. Throws it in front to King. Couldn't pull the trigger. It's loose on the end line. King gets whacked. Player falls. They got King's stick stuck. This one goes all the way back, all the way down. It's going to go weakly. And we'll see if it's going to get there. He's going to wave it off as Clardy's going to go chase this down. Clardy loses it up the wall, gets it to Dahl. Dahl definitely loses it, and here comes Clardy. Clardy up the near wall, back into the center. You got Barfight, got knocked down. That was interference, no call. Back to the Rig. Rig with a blast, and the goaltender with a save. Rig got the wicked slap shot off, but it did not connect. Clardy with the drop. Rig got it off, but right to the breadbasket. She covered it up for the draw. 3-2, 3:56, second period. There's the draw. They get it back to Desai. Desai golfs it forward and comes over to the near wall where Barfight's going to knock it lower. Barfight battling. Barfight sends it in front to Klein. Klein to the Rig. Rig shoots. Rig! 5-hole, and it's 4-2. Rig goes 5-hole, and it's 4-2. Rig from the near circle, and it's 4-2. Missing a lug nut, she found the 5-hole. And it's 4-2. Klein knocks it forward. Rig battling, careful there, boo. Klein spins. Klein going to the far wall. Klein beating and banging, leaves it for the Barfight. I'm not sure how that wasn't offsides, around the backside. Here come the Grizzlies up the wall. Desai hits her, but it goes out. Marshall's going to go chase this down. Marshall, near corner. Marshall spins around the backside. Now she's going to reverse and come up the near wall. Marshall looking up, hit, no, she's going to skate it. Now she pokes it up to the Rig. Rig puts it up too far for Pilarski and Barfight. They send it across. Marshall's over there now. Marshall's going to pick this one up. She's going to look. She's going to stop, turn, spin. Marshall up too far for the Rig. Rig's going to pick it up there. Rig's going to throw it deep, but she was behind the red line, and he let her get away with it. Here it comes around to the far side. Rig to the bench. They send it in, and Niner got a stick on it, but couldn't stop it. Now it comes back in with 2:46 to go. They send it across. This one comes back to Kiesel, top of the zone. Kiesel picks it up there. Kiesel up the wall. Sends it in deeper. They pick it up there and send it around. Grizzlies up the near wall, 2:30. Zivkovic beats it lower. Around the backside, Niner battling back there. This one comes up the far wall. Detling battling, holds it. Pilarski throws it deeper to the Niner. Niner can't handle it. Pilarski fell down. Here come the Grizzlies back the other way with 2:13 to go. Grizzlies gain the red line, dump it deep into the far corner. Or the near corner, rather. Kiesel. Kiesel gets pulled down, and we're getting a penalty on the Grizzlies. Kiesel gets pulled down with 2:04 to go. And your selects are going to go on the Akupa hand warmer power play. With 2:03 to go, second period. Kiesel goes to the bench with a load of snow on her pants. We're going to come down here to the near corner. Power play. Klein, Claherty, Marshall, Pilarski, and King. As we come to the near, we're going to go to the far circle for this draw. Pilarski going to take it. Pilarski draws it back. Claherty pokes it out to Marshall. Marshall over to Klein. Klein has Kinger and Marshall, goes back to Marshall. Marshall throws it. Goaltender got a glove, tipped that one high. Pilarski throws it in front. They're beating, they're banging, they're whacking. Goaltender covers 1:49 to go. Minute 17 in the penalty. I'm off a couple of seconds. You're used to that. Going to the far circle again. Grizzlies are going to change. I'm losing my voice, but we're going to keep calling. The sinuses are acting up. I don't think the period break's going to give me time to go find something to drink. Loose in the slot, Claherty. Clardy on the backhand. Backhands it over the net, over to the far corner. Kinger sends it lower. They're battling. They're holding it on the wall there. Kinger comes out of it. Now the Grizzlies are going to flip it all the way down with a minute even to go in the penalty. Klein's going to go pick it up behind Jamelkowski. She's going to pick it up there. Leave it for Marshall. Marshall's going to have trouble with it back there. Send it up the wall. Turns it over to a Grizzly on the half wall. They send it deeper. Klein's going to go back there and get it. And this time maybe she'll bring it herself. Klein's struggling with it in the corner. Now she comes back behind the net. Dumps it back behind to Marshall. Marshall up the wall. Marshall back across to Klein. Klein up. Not enough on it to get it to Pilarski. And the Grizzlies are going to poke it deep with 29 to go. Marshall behind Jamelkowski. Marshall up the near wall. Marshall still skating. Kicks it out. Marshall knocks it off the wall deep. That's going to be an icing on the power play with 50.7 to go. 17 seconds in the penalty. We got to dig in the bag during the break and find a wire. See if we can get this headset working. We got 50.7 here in the arena. Pilarski going to step in and take this draw. We got 17 seconds left in the Akupa hand warmer power play. As Pilarski knocks this one deeper. Marshall sends it up. This one comes out. Grizzlies send it back in. Marshall behind the net. Sends it around. Looking up for Pilarski too far, but she should get it off the wall. No, bad angle. This one comes back the other way with 30 to go. Around behind Klein. Klein takes a hit. They're going to tie it up back there. 22 to go. They're going to tie it up back there. Pilarski comes out of there with it. Here she comes up the wall to Clardy. Clardy up the far wall with 15. Clardy still skating. Clardy around. Clardy comes in. Clardy throws it through the goal mouth to the near corner. Missed the net. Clardy throws it into the center with 6 to go. Bar fight battling for it. They're kicking. Here come the Grizzlies. Grizzlies send it back to neutral, and that'll do it. We played 2. It's 4-2, and it's time to experiment. I'm going to put it on mute and see if I can get this headset working. Enjoy the Zamboni movie. Headset audio check. Headset audio check. Okay, cannot get the headset working, so we're going to have to do it old school. Not sure what's going on. No headset audio check. No headset audio check. One more try, new headset audio check. One more try, new headset audio check. Okay, so we're gonna go with this one. I got a crappy Apple headset that I found in my Wicked bag, and I plugged that in. It'll at least give me a little better mobility. I want it to lean in as close to the iPad, so hopefully you can hear me. Tina, let me know if this sounds all right. It's we got the big bass boomer behind me, but I found another headset, so I'm gonna try this one. See if we can get this to work. I'll tuck the other ear pod in behind the beard and see if we can get this bad boy to work. Fish Food 13 tells me this one sounds good, so we're gonna go with it. This will be our period 3 call. I found it at the bottom of the Wicked bag, so we'll bump us up to period number 3. Shots are 24-8 in favor of the selects. Tina tells me it sounds good too. So we're gonna now use the $9 Apple headset because the $300 JBL headset's not working. So we'll have to reboot, reevaluate, maybe smack it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe the microphone jack's not working. I don't know. But we're back. We got her bandaged together. We put some duct tape on it. And this is how we're going to call period number 3. Tom tells me the sound looks good. So one more period here, 4-2, going into the 3rd to see if we're going to make it on to the final later today. Here, Pip, Rock City Girls Fest. I'll be back when the girls hit the ice. Stripes is pegging the net right now. We'll be ready to go momentarily. All right, the teams are out. They usually give them just a brief little warm up here to stretch the legs, and then we'll get period number 3 going. Don't be afraid to jump in the chat if the sound acts up again, and I will pull the headset. They just turned the music up even louder, so I'm going to mute it out and wait until she's done acting up over there. Not sure if you can see AA Ron dancing in the penalty box over there. He's going to blow a hammy. All right, they're coming out. Period number 3. Makasenka, Kinger, Pilarski, Marshall, and Desai as Pilarski's going to try to jump it. Kinger pokes it out there, but it's too far, and it gets back past everybody into the far end for Marshall. Marshall in behind Jamelkowski. Marshall hits the Uno reverse card, goes up the far wall. She drops it back to Desai behind Jamelkowski again. Desai surveying up the wall, Kinger. And this one ships out as Makasenka steps in front of it. Here she comes. Makasenka, around 1. Makasenka golfs it, ends up on the end wall, hits the glass, up the near wall. Marshall whacks at it. Marshall throws it, gets blocked. This one goes down the wall. Kinger can't quite control it. Now they're going to battle it lower. Makasenka and Pilarski, they all overskate and they poke it out Desai. Desai's going to skate back, pick it up there. Desai across for Marshall. Marshall, here comes Klein. Marshall across for King. King, Riggs out here with Klein. Kinger's heading to the bench. Klein's going to go battle. Puck comes up the wall. Riggs pokes at it, but can't hold it. And here come the Grizzlies back the other way. Bar fight holds it. Rigg can't get an edge to get over there and get it. The bad wheel just is not going to dig for her. And here we go around the backside. Kiesel. Kiesel reverses it to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up the wall. Zivkovic tips it up ahead to Bar fight. Bar fight off the wall. Gets separated from the puck, and now the Grizzlies pick it up. Rigg holds it on the point. Zivkovic chips it in deeper. Bar fight's going to go, or no, Klein's going to go battle behind the net. Klein out front. Klein out to the point to Zivkovic. Zivkovic shoots it. Misses everything badly to the near side. Grizzlies are going to get there first, and here they come up the wall. Around Kiesel. They whack it in on Jamelkowski. She knocks it to the end wall. 13-14 to go in the semi. Zivkovic up. Zivkovic does get it to the Rigg. Rigg can't handle it. Now she gets shouldered off the puck, sends it in deeper. She's going to head for a change. Detling out here, going to go chase it up the far wall. She chipped it down, but couldn't stop it. Now Dahl. Dahl picks it up. Has Clardy ahead. She banks it back past Clardy. Mrazek's going to go chase it down behind the net. Mrazek battling a player 66 times her size. You got Dahl holding it on the wall. Dahl throws it in, knocked down by a Grizzly. Around the backside, Grizzlies up the near wall. Schuler can't stop it, and Detling steps in front of somebody, and Dahl stops, sends it back the other way. She loses it, Grizzlies. Grizzlies are going to come down the near wall, poke it in behind Jamelkowski with 12:30 to go. The clock is our friend, let her run. Clardy skating up with it. Here she comes, she chips it up the wall. Can't get it to the niner, and Dahl knocks it down. Dahl, top of the yard, now bottom of the yard. Dahl, heavy pressure back there from a Grizzly. Careful, Schuler's going to get in there, and then we're going to end up with everybody in there. Loose around the backside, loose in front, and they beat Jamelkowski low to the right. Dropping two defenders below the net always creates dangerous situations, and that's exactly what happened. You get two behind the net, and it's now 4-3 as they got Jamelkowski moving the wrong way. And that is the secret to beating her. Get her moving the wrong way. And it's now 4-3. Taylor out here with Yenny and Pilarski. And nothing's ever easy at Rock City as they bring it up the near wall, Grizzlies. Grizzlies knock it ahead. This is some of the best girls tournament competition in season until you get to the Nationals tournament. And Addie was remarking in the car last night, this is the furthest she's ever gotten at Rock City. And we've been up here every year since she started 10 years. So that tells you the difficulty of the competition. As the Grizzlies come across the top of the zone, they chip it over to the near wall. And this one comes lower. Marshall shouldering around back Pilarski. Pilarski leaves it for Marshall. Marshall right in front of the net. It's loose. And now they poke it around. Somebody's lost lumber. It's a Grizzly. Yenny dinky dunks it past Grizzly, and she's going to gain the line. Yenny down the near wall. Yenny throws it in deep. Grizzlies cut that off. Pilarski gets a stick on it. Grizzlies behind the net, now out to Pilarski, Taylor to Pilarski. Marshall cheats up, chips it low. Taylor's going to get over there, it's going to be Pilarski low in the corner. Tries to put it in front to Yenny, couldn't get it through. Around to Desai throws it in front, and the Grizzlies, no. Marshall's going to pick it up here, she should probably just whack it lower, she does. Goes through Yenny's feet, over to the far circle as Desai changes. Yenny holds it, at least momentarily. Taylor back to Yenny, Yenny throws it deep. You got Klein jumping on. Grizzlies send it around with 10:47 to go. Now we're nursing a 1-goal lead. Klein down the near wall, struggles with it. Grizzlies take it away. They come in, they shoot, they miss everything high. To the far side, King can't knock it out, but Taylor will. Taylor up to King. King pokes it ahead. King's gonna pick it up. King gets behind. Here comes King down the far side. King loses the puck, dragging through, and the Grizzlies stop, send it back the other way. This will go all the way down, and this will be an icing. So we're going to come back the other way after the icing. And the $8 Apple headset appears to be holding because nobody's telling me they can't hear me in the chat. Gotta love technology. Klein, Makasenka, Kinger, Zivy and Kiesel in the backyard. Klein takes the draw. Klein knocks it in on the goaltender save. Grizzlies send it around behind, King pursuing. Up the near wall. We're going to beat, bang, whack. Here it comes out, Klein in the feet. Now it comes up the near wall. Around Kiesel. Klein gets in there and disrupts it. Klein's going to pick it up. Klein taking heavy pressure, leaves it for Zivkovic. Zivkovic up to King. Off her skate as the pass was behind her. And it goes all the way down, and that's going to be on icing. 9:53 to go. We're coming back down here with 9:53 to go in the semi. We're going to come to the near circle for this draw. Stripes changed his mind. He went to the far circle. Clardy, Rigg, Marshall bar fight Desai out here. Clardy steps in for this draw, puts it out to the point for them. Stevens skates out, tries to block it, can't. Desai, arms up, battling in the corner. Clardy joins in. They're beating, they're banging. Clardy kicks it out. She's got her stick held. She gets it free. Here she comes up the near wall, rig breaking. She sends it up ahead to the bar fight, can't get it there. They send it in behind. Desai gets there. Desai around the backside to Marshall. Marshall with a little bit of space. Marshall banks it up the wall of the bar fight. Bar fight knocks it up, can't get it out. Rig will bank it off the wall and out. Clardy's going to pick it up here. She comes up the near wall. Clardy sends it across the zone to the far wall, where the Grizzlies are going to pick it up. Rig can't cut it off, and here they come up the near far wall. Bar fight battling. They send it in deep, and Marshall's not going to get there first as this Grizzly cut her off. Marshall's going to come out of there with it, though, but she's taking heavy pressure. Marshall, around back, chips it around, up to the Rig. Rig looking up. Put it behind the bar fight, and now the Grizzlies are going to circle back top of the zone. Grizzlies around Marshall. Rig whacks it, knocks a girl down, and here comes Diamond. Diamond over to Desai over to Clardy. Clardy chips it up and out, and the Grizzlies are going to knock it back in. They're going to be offsides. They tag up. Around the backside, 8:38. Marshall sends it up the wall. Marshall still skating. Marshall still skating into the center. Marshall still skating, loses it into the corner. She skates, tries to put it in front of the net, can't. And we're going to get a penalty for a slash, and it looks like it's going against the Grizzlies. So your Steel City Selects are going to go on. The Akupa hand warmer power play. And I'm going to set it at 1:29 to get in sync with the arena clock, since I'm a second ahead. So when they run the clock, we'll get caught up. And there's your power play. Clardy, Marshall, Klein, Pilarski, and Kinger. And they can't win the faceoff, but Clardy holds it on the line. They poke it out. Marshall across to Klein. Klein circling. Here comes Klein. Got one trap behind her now. This gives us numbers if we hurry. Klein down the far wall. Klein loses it coming through. Klein overskates. Kinger sent it out. Now Klein's going to have to retreat. Klein all the way back down. She's going to have time, though, as they go for a change. Klein behind Jamelkowski. Sends it up. Pilarski did catch it. Pilarski drops it to a Grizzly. Now Marshall picks it up. Now Klein. We're just having trouble getting through neutral here. Klein off a skate back to a Grizzly. Now Klein again. Klein skates. Klein dumps it into the corner, but doesn't get there as the Grizzlies cut it down. This one's going to go all the way down with 35 seconds to go in the penalty. This power play's been anemic this weekend as Dahl falls down and turns it over in the far corner. Now we've got Clardy turning it over. Dahl picks it up. Dahl chips it out, but there's nobody over there. Grizzlies are going to pick it up, stop, turn, throw it back the other way. Marshall behind Jamelkowski with 14 seconds to go. Marshall stops, turns, spins. Bar fight's out here now with Detling. We're getting a penalty on the bar fight. Bar fight for interference coming through the neutral zone. And that's going to negate the rest of the power play, which was only 7 seconds. Now the bar fight's going to go visit Aaron, and we're going to get 1:23 of penalty kill in 7 seconds. 7:01 to go. I don't like these odds. Kinger, Pilarski, Zivi, and Kiesel. Bar fight and Niner are some of our best killers, and they are. That's too many on them. They had a skater out there. Stripes is going to let them skate to the bench, and now they're even, or now they're up one. So the power play starts as we pursue. Zivi overskates. If they have it down low, they shoot. Jamelkowski swallows that one up with 6:42 to go. So they've got 1:13 left on the power play. Let's get that up on the clock. We got 1:13. We'll put up the penalty kill for the Grizzlies as Kinger, Kiesel, Zivi, and Pilarski are out here to kill it out to the far point. Kinger pursues. Now it comes out to Pilarski. Pilarski just needs to flip this one. She's going to skate it. Now she'll flip it. She's going to go chase it. In around behind. She's tapping that stick. That's her move. Here they come up the near wall. Kinger whacks it deeper. With 51 seconds to go in the penalty to bar fight. Pilarski's battling back there. They have trouble getting it below the end line. King takes it away. Now here they come with numbers as King and Pilarski are back. And here comes a Grizzly up the far wall. Zivy separates her from the puck. Zivy takes it away, sends it up the wall. Kinger stripes in the way. Now they turn it over. Kinger stops, turns, sends it up to the point but not out. Pilarski can't clear it. Zivkovic will send it all the way down, and there is no icing on the kill. 20 seconds to go. Klein out here now with Clardy. Up the near wall come the Grizzlies. Klein's going to whack it back the other way. It's going to go all the way down, and with 10 seconds to go, this should just about do it. For this power play, they're going to circle back across the top of the zone and come up the near wall. Marshall's going to stop, turn, throw it high off the glass, back down, and that's it. Penalty over. Barfight's out. She's going to chase it down behind the net. Barfight, Klein, Clardy, Desai, and Marshall. As Klein comes out of there with it. Klein shoots! Klein! Top left corner! 5-3 Steel City. Klein took it away. Came to the top of the slot, beat the goalie over the blocker, and it's 5-3 Steel City. Nice play by Klein. 5:17 to go, semifinal game. I heard Team Black, 14U Major, was down 2-1. They're at about the same point in their game as we are, so it must have been their ice cut. This one comes over to the near wall. They're playing the Canton Blades for the right to go on. As Pilarski knocks it down, sends it up to Dahl. Dahl sends it up off the wall, too far for Taylor. Dahl steps in, separates that player. Grizzlies have it between red and blue. They skate across the blue. Here they come up the near wall. They chip it ahead. Schuler gets hit, loses it. Grizzlies come across the top of the zone. They backhand it in. Jamalkowski covers for 51 to go in the semi. 5-3 selects. Going to get some changes here. Kiesel, Zivy, Pilarski, Taylor, and Yenny with 4:51. Pilarski going to take this draw, sends it across. Grizzlies pick it up there, send it in on the goal. Kiesel knocks it down. Kiesel taking pressure, skating it out. Kiesel down the wall. Kiesel still skating. Tying it up behind the net, pushes it around. Pilarski should get there, she does. Pilarski sends it in deeper, follows it. Pilarski doesn't follow it, and here come the Grizzlies up the near wall. Here comes Mommy Blinka. Their game must be over. Up the wall. We'll find out how they did. Next break. They send it in deeper. Kiesel sends it across. No, she gets it stuck in the feet of a Grizzly. She recovers, sends it out, back to neutral. Goes all the way down. Grizzlies pick it up behind the net. Here they come up the near wall. Kiesel's going to send it back. Grizzlies tip it, no icing. And they do call the icing. Interesting. And Mommy Blinka tells me with the thumbs down that they lost. So she's here to cheer on the selects now. As they're going to come here to the nearest circle for this draw. 3:51 to go. We got a draw here. Clardy puts it in the corner. Shot from the corner. Jamalkowski gloves it. 3:48 to go in this semifinal. Got to imagine we get about another minute and a half in, and you're going to see the tendy come out for the other team. You got to get two. There's nothing left to play for here after this one, so you got nothing to lose. You got everything to gain, so they push it out to the far point. This one goes down into the corner. We just don't want to give one up even. You give one up even, and that tendy pool gets all the more frantic. As this one comes down, Clardy overskates. Here come the Grizzlies back the other way. Keep an eye on that tender. And that one goes in, and that's going to be, we're getting some type of, the girls' helmets are stuck together. Makasenka and a Grizzly are stuck together with the helmets over here, so Stripes blew the whistle. Helmets were stuck. They got them unstuck, and now we're going to get a draw. We're going to go to the dot, and now we're coming over here. Didn't know what they were whistling there. Trips 3 on the clock. Clardy, Kinger, Makasenka. Makasenka's still laughing about the helmet. As Desai, they poke it back to Marshall. Marshall tried to get it over there to Makasenka, couldn't. Grizzly's going to go pick it up on the far wall and send it out to the far point. Send it in deeper. It's loose in front, gets all the way through. Kinger picks it up. Kinger whips it up ahead. Makasenka can't handle it. Here it comes out. Clardy overskates, and the Grizzlies send it in. Now they send it back out. Here it comes up the wall. Kinger kicks it. Makasenko whacks it. She puts it into the zone, and now down the near wall. Grizzlies send it back the other way. Clardy keeps it, at least momentarily. Now the Grizzlies out past King. King whacking at it. Here come the Grizzlies up the near wall. Grizzlies around Marshall, in behind Jablkowski, 2:55. This one goes around the backside up. Makasenko's going to pick it up. She leaves it for Kinger, who leaves it for Marshall. Marshall's going to skate red line dump. Down the glass in behind the goaltender. Let them waste some clock. 2:42. Up the point, Rigg. Rigg rips a shot. Goaltender covers. High with the glove. And we'll get Klein in the bar fight out here to join the rig with Dahl and Schuler in the backyard. 2:37 to go. Third period. Klein steps out. Sends it over towards the rig. Now out to Schuler. Schuler pokes it lower. Schuler again. Schuler throws it around the back. Rigg can't get a stick on it. Comes all the way around. Bar fight comes over. Can't get a stick on it. They dinky dunk it past Dahl. Klein's going to get there first. Klein around the backside. Here she comes with a burst. Up the near wall. Klein skating. Pushes it ahead. Diamond's going to go chase it down, but not before. An icing. 2:11 to go. Third period. We're coming down here to the near circle. 2:11. If they were going to pull the goalie, this would be the time to do it. But the goaltender's staying in the net. Surprised by that, quite frankly. Come into the near dot. Klein still out here with the rig and bar fight. You got Zivy and Kiesel in the backyard now as Klein chips it to Kiesel in the corner. They chip it up the wall. Bar fight's going to pick it up there. Bar fight now Kiesel. Here comes Kiesel. Kiesel skating through neutral. Gets the red line. Here comes Kiesel down the far wall. Kiesel in around behind. Comes in. Kiesel golfs it into the near corner. Rigg's going to skate over there. Kiesel's going to chip it out to the point. Rigg falls down. This one comes out. Rigg's covered in snow now. Rigg struggling to get up. She's up. We got to worry about that loose wheel, but it holds. Kiesel. Rigg's calling for it on the near wall. Kiesel doesn't get much on it. Gets it up to her, but she can't do much with it as she sends it deeper and changes with 1:37 to go. Around the backside, Grizzlies pick it up there. They fan on it. We got Zivy. We got Pilarski. We got Rigg, or bar fight. We got Mrazek. We got Kiesel out here. They send it in deeper. Mrazek and Pilarski going to go chase it down there. They send it up the near wall, 1:23. Have to imagine this goalie's got to be coming as Zivy picks it up. Zivy turns, sends it the other way. Back to the Grizzlies, 1:15 to go. They can't get it out. Now they get it out. And this goalie's, you would think she's coming, but they're not waving her. Here they come up the near wall, around behind. They send it up to Detling. Detling leaves it for Pilarski. Here comes Pilarski. One to beat. Pilarski. Pilarski in. Pilarski goaltender with the save with 55.3 to go in the arena. 5-3 selects. So we're going to get a draw in the near circle with 55.3 to go. Third period, semifinal game. I was quite surprised to see the goalie didn't go out. And looks like we're going to get a timeout here by the Grizzlies. So I'm going to mute her out. I'll be back. All right, they're coming out for the last 55.3 seconds of the semifinal. We're going to have Pilarski, Mrazek, Detling, Marshall, and Desai for this draw in the offensive zone. 55 seconds to go. Pilarski steps in to take it. You want to tie this up on the wall and end this game, and that's what Mrazek's trying to do. Can't. Marshall sends it lower. Pilarski tries a whack and can't knock it on net. This one comes around, and now they come up. They hold it at the line. We got Detling. Detling send it in deep, and that's exactly what she does. It's going to prevent that goaltender from coming out of the net. Around the backside. Pilarski skates in. Tied on the wall, Detling. No, they're going to send it up the wall. Here come the Grizzlies. No. You got Desai holds it. She falls down. Now they get it out, and here they come finally. Goaltender coming. They're down to 23 seconds. Around back to Marshall. Marshall's going to pick it up here. Marshall stops, turns, tied up on the wall. No, 15 seconds. Up to the near point. They shoot it in lower, and Pilarski's just going to be content to ice it with 8.3 to go here in the arena. She's going to ice it. We're going to come back down here, and 2 in 8 seconds is damn near impossible, but never say never. Taylor, Yenny, Marshall, Kiesel, Klein, 8.3. Shots are 30 to 14. You just want to tie this one on the wall. That's exactly what Kiesel's going to do. Kiesel's going to put it on the wall and hold it. They're going to beat, bang, and whack. Kiesel's going to knock her down, and that's going to do it. Semifinal over. Your Steel City Selects are going to go to the championship game later this morning, early this afternoon, and I'm going to warn you, we're going to Tim Hortons, and I can tell you service in that building on some of those rinks is a real issue, so I may or may not get you that game, but what I'm going to try to do if I can't get it to you is call it and record it and upload it later to YouTube, so worst case, you can go back and watch it, but I can tell you service at that rink has been an issue in the past. We'll find out when we get there. I'll bring you the handshake, get over the YouTube delay, watch your team snap. I think it's like 12:30 for the next one. I'll bring you what I can, but that building is an issue as always. Thanks for watching Wicked Slap Shot Productions, and have a good Sunday. Have a good Sunday.